It is Monday, December 12th, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Monday puzzle today, so it should be a relatively straightforward, solvable crossword with a theme. And this relatively solvable themed edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Victoria Rojicka, Kathleen Quinn, Quotidiophile, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark and the indomitable Showmaster. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support in sustaining this channel and making it an ongoing part of my daily work. So I do very much appreciate that. And if you'd like to join their ranks as benefactors and get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, you can of course find that at patreon.com/dailysolve or in a link in the description field underneath the video. And by following that very same link, you can become a patron at any level and get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week, such as my most recent solve of an acrostic puzzle. It's a slightly old acrostic puzzle from a couple of months ago, I think, but I'm working through my acrostic backlog on the Patreon channel and really enjoying it. I just like those acrostic puzzles very much. They're, as I've said, an alternative, much more puzzling sort of take on the crossword. Anyway, all that said, what else? Do join the Daily Solve Discord chat server if you're interested in that sort of thing, a friendly chat community. There's a link in the description field as well. And join, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And with all of that, let's get on to the puzzle. So this is, of course, a Monday crossword, so a relatively approachable solve. It was constructed by Anthony J. Caruso and Zhuqing Bernikel, and this is a debut puzzle for Anthony J. Caruso in the New York Times, but certainly not for Zhuqing Bernikel, who has dozens upon dozens of puzzles to her name, an extremely experienced constructor. So it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts, and let's get solving and see what these two have in store for us. So a cozy home in the woods is a cabin, probably. And Oxfam or Mercy Corps, e.g. in brief, an NGO, non-governmental organization, I suspect, shaped like dice. Dice are shaped like cubes, so something shaped like them is cubic. And carne blanca taco filling, carne asada, is one of the classic taco fillings. Okay, that's a grilled beef. Putting to work is using something. And football team in Buffalo. Oh, the Bills, Buffalo Bills, right? That does sound familiar. My first thought was bison. I was thinking, I don't think that's right. High energy person, metaphorically, and here we have a star indicating it's a themed answer, and we also have looks like our revealer has been selected, so it's enticing me, so I'm going to go read it. A dog command or a hint to the starts of the answers to the 4 starred clues, and then a high energy person, metaphorically. I don't know, something to do with a ball. A ball of, yeah, what is a high energy person? A ball of nerves or a ball of energy, but energy's in the clue and it doesn't fit anyway. Ball of, I don't know. That's definitely the kind of thing that this is. What is this? Blooming with foliage. In nothing doing, idle. Well, if you're literally doing nothing, you're idle. Blooming with foliage. Why don't I see what that is? That's so annoying. Melon with a yellow rind. A cassava? In leaf? I don't think I know this phrase. Is that what this is? Maybe it is. Maybe it's something else. Ending with October or Gab. Oh, right. It is in leaf because this is Oktoberfest or Gabfest. So 2 phrases that use fest as, 2 compound words, I guess, that use October as their ending. So ludicrous failure. A ludicrous failure. And Snoopy and Gromit for 2. These are beagles. Right, okay, yes. So animated or cartoon dogs. Snoopy and Gromit, both of whom are beagles. It never occurred to me that, so Snoopy from Peanuts and Gromit from Wallace and Gromit, never occurred to me they were both beagles, but I suppose so. Okay, so low pH liquids are acids as opposed to high pH liquids, which are bases. And here's the dog command, right? So go fetch, maybe. So go fetch a ball, and maybe we'll have a stick or something else in there, or they could all be related to the ball. Who knows? We'll have to wait and find out. Oh, fiasco is a ludicrous failure, of course. Okay. So who's their response? It is I, maybe? I guess it could also be it's me. Not sure which. What about this? Gone just like that. Could be sort of like poofed, kind of a disappearance. Because when you have these brackets, generally speaking, what this means is we're going to be replacing the clue with a sort of nonverbal version of what it is. So it might still be a sound, it might still be auditory, and it might even still be made with a mouth, but it won't be language, it won't be words. So that's why I think it could be that with that T. Otherwise, I would have guessed poof or something like that. Cooking vessels for omelets are pans. Okay, straightforward enough. Oration is a speech, and like red carpet celebrities are the A-list celebrities. Blank Ray, Sally Field title role. Norma Ray is a character? Oh, Ball of Fire. Oh, okay. I don't know if that's even the version of the phrase that I'm familiar with, specifically referring to a high-energy person, metaphorically. But I believe that it is accurate. So there we go. So this does look like poofed, doesn't it? And then Box Office Dead is a flop, right? A film that fails in the cinema. Okay, ask for as a cigarette informally. You could bum a cigarette. And a kitchen description after spaghetti sundae. A mess, I suppose, yeah. Seems likely enough. Lasso material. A lasso is a rope loop that you throw at an animal. That was a weird way to describe a lasso. Means justifiers. It's said. Ends. The ends justify the means. So process is worth the result. Beehive or French twist. Those are hairdos, so updos. Putting your hair up. Some fine porcelain is bone china. And corporate honchos are CEOs. I suppose CEOs will be the one. A cook might have a secret one, a secret recipe, perhaps, maybe for their messy spaghetti recipe. Strategic maneuver is a tactic, and rap culture, is it hyphy? This is something I haven't seen this in a very long time. This was a sort of East Bay, which is itself a kind of subset of the San Francisco Bay Area, where I lived for most of my adult life. And this was a very particular thing from sort of the early 2000s. Hyphy. I haven't heard about its existence in many years, I have to say. This is the first time I've thought of this in, I don't know, 15 years probably. I don't know if it's the answer, but it might be. What a funny specific thing. Turn clock, maybe it's wrong, I don't know. It could be something else more obvious. Turn clockwise as a screw is tighten. Okay, it is something else. Sorry. Hip hop. So much more specific, so much more obvious than what I put in. That was ridiculous. Sorry about that. Turn clockwise as a screw is tighten. That was truly absurd. What a completely ridiculous mistake that was to make. Hip hop is so much more obvious. 8 in Spanish is octo, and opinion survey is a poll. Liberty Mutual alternative is Geico, so these are insurance companies. And Organization for Penguins and Ducks. Oh, sorry. Ocho in Spanish is ocho is 8. Sorry, I don't know. I just put octo sort of on autopilot, thinking of the route that we'd use in English. Organization for Penguins and Ducks, the NHL, okay, the National Hockey League. And then You've Got Mail ISP is AOL. I think hyphy maybe even was spelled with a Y. Was it like this? I don't know. That was such a ludicrous mistake. It was a total fiasco. What was that? Yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay, a petty kerfuffle is a tiff, a little bit of an argument, a petty little argument, spat. The NARCS organization, so narcotics officer, the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency. And a geological rift is a fault often associated with earthquakes. To leave someone astounded is to stun that person, and a pitcher sent in to seal a win is a closer, a skilled pitcher in a baseball team. Christmas song is a Noel, Christmas carol. And obsolescent music purchases in brief are, they could be CDs or LPs. I mean, the thing is, all physical music media is arguably obsolescent at this point. It's obsolete. Let's see. Country east of Niger, Chad, so CDs. Here we go. In dire straits, you're in trouble. It's a fiasco. And single, double, or triple in baseball is a hit. Popular sans serif typeface is Arial, so sans serif like this text, but not this text, because it doesn't have the little feet on the end. Okay, official order is a decree. A ruler might issue a decree. And don't quit now, stick to it. Right, okay, so stick, that was one of my predictions. So go fetch a ball, a bone, a stick, or something else. We'll get there in a moment. Fate is kismet, so sort of kind of related to karma. And crops up is arises, something crops up, it arises. Flyers that may consume thousands of insects in an hour. Oh, bats maybe. Let's check the crosses on that. Worm on a hook, e.g. is bait. And Sin City co-star Jessica is Jessica Alba. Oh, I did see that film all the way back when it came out. I don't even remember who was in it, but Jessica Alba must have been. And soothing succulent is aloe, the official medicinal plant of the New York Times crossword, of course. Hieroglyphic bird is an ibis, right? So depicted in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. And a bit of skin ink informally is a tattoo. Panic at the Disco genre. Never really particularly listened to this band. Are they emo pop? I'm just guessing. I'm guessing purely based on that EM being O and then needing 3 more letters. And the New York Times does love emo. It is a very convenient set of letters to fit into a crossword. Pimiento stuffed treat. Olives often have pimiento stuffed in them, sort of classically for cocktail garnishes and things. Give joy, or for, I guess, little sort of appetizer, little hors d'oeuvres. Give joy is to elate somebody. Basketball rebound play is a tip-in, maybe. You tip the ball in on the rebound. And a waistcoat is a vest for a 3-piece suit. R&B great Redding is Otis Redding, the great Otis Redding indeed. And cooped up is pent up. We're all sort of familiar with what that's like in the last few years. Documentation leading to proof is a paper trail. Go fetch the paper. That's funny. So kind of classic thing that itself, sort of like CDs, is becoming a bit more dated. So sending the dog to fetch the paper, the newspaper. One navigating a maze, perhaps, is, I don't know, something. Why don't I see what that is? Airport Group is the TSA, the Transport Security Agency, and tries to de-ice as winter roads as Saltboy, but that's going to need that here. I can look out my window, and it is utterly blanketed in snow here in London. It is extremely unusual for London to get snow like this. It's very pretty, though. It's very beautiful. Not very common. One navigating a maze, maybe. Okay. Oh, lab rat. I see. There we go. Good thing I didn't leave the ER in there. That would have possibly delayed me further. Major blunders are snarls, maybe, or snafus. Snafus seems better. Newborn horses, yes. Newborn horses are foals. And to join forces is to unite. And it can be verde or roja would be salsa. So salsa verde or salsa roja. So salsa verde, the sort of green salsa, salsa roja, the usually hotter red salsa. And bona fide, a sort of bona fide genuine article. And then totally lost is at sea. So there we go. That was the Monday puzzle. I think as ordered and as expected, a relatively a relatively gentle puzzle, although I made some completely ludicrous errors. Such I cannot believe this hip hop thing. That was truly absurd. And other than that, I think it went pretty well. There were parts where I got held up for a bit, but was able to get them with the crosses, which you'd expect. So there we go. A nice straightforward puzzle with a nice straightforward theme, but very elegantly arranged around the puzzle in this rigorously symmetrical manner. So we have our dog command go fetch, relating to the ball, the bone, the paper, or the stick. Very good. And that's that for the Monday puzzle. Hope you enjoyed it. I am going to have to skip the answers again today. Sorry about that from yesterday's puzzle. But I'll be back tomorrow for the Tuesday edition of the crossword. Should be another relatively accessible and approachable puzzle. We'll have to see, but that's what we would expect on a Tuesday with a theme. So join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Monday. Take care.